So what is dwell time? Dwell time is the time spent in same area for or position or stage of the process. That is the dwell time. And in the case of this Whiskboom imaging spectrometer, the dwell time is very short for each ground resolution cell at a given instantaneous field of view. So it is very clear. Uh, Also for these hyperspectral remote sensing images, there must have some concept of the ground resolution cell, likewise the multispectral imaging system, because pixel is the ultimate thing for any image. Okay, so what is the nature of the Push-Broom imaging spectrometer? This Push-Broom imaging spectrometer uses the line detector for scanning. Number two is it uses 2D CCD area array of detector located at the focal plane of the spectrometer. Next, the collected radiation passes through a slit and is collimated onto the dispersing element. Then the radiation is separated wavelength wise and focused onto the area array of detector. And last one, it has a higher dwell time rather than the Whiskbroom spectrometer or the Whiskbroom imaging spectrometer. So from these kind of the two imaging spectrometers, we can get some differences. Likewise, in case of the Whiskbroom imaging spectrometer, single detectors are used. But in case of the Push-Broom imaging spectrometer, line detectors are used. Okay, so in case of Whiskbroom, single detectors are used. In case of the Push-Broom, line detectors are used. Next, in case of Whiskbroom imaging spectrometer, the photodetector consists of CCD line array. But in case of the Push-Broom, the detectors uses 2D CCD area array. Next one is, in case of the Whiskbroom, it has an on-axis optics with scanning mirrors. But in case of the Push-Broom, the detector located at the focal plane of the spectrometer. Next, in case of the Whiskbroom, the moving mirror directs the radiation from different part of the ground surface to the radiation sorting optics. But in case of the Push-Broom, the collected radiation passes through a slit and is collimated on the dispersing element. Okay, so in case of the Whiskbroom, the radiation from the ground surface passes to the or directed to the radiation sorting optics, but in case of the Push-Broom, the radiation passes through a slit and is collimated onto the dispersing element. Collimated or directed. Collimated means vertically directed. Okay, that is called collimated. So it is collimated onto the dispersing element. And number 5 is, in case of the Whiskbroom, the dwell time is very short, but in case of the Push-Broom, the dwell time is higher. So these are the basic differences between the Whiskbroom imaging spectrometer and the Push-Broom imaging spectrometer. So I would like to repeat it, these kind of differences. Like number one is, in case of the Whiskbroom, the imaging spectrometer uses single detector. In case of the Push-Broom, the imaging spectrometer uses the line detector. In case of the Whiskbroom, photo detector consists of CCD line array, but in case of Whiskbroom, it is consisted of CCD area array, two-dimensional CCD area array rather. In case of the whisk broom, it has an on axis optics with scanning mirror. In case of the push broom, the detector is located at the focal plane of the spectrometer. In case of the whisk broom, the energy is directed to the radiation sorting optics, but in case of the push broom, the energy passes through a slit and is collimated on the dispersing element. And lastly, in case of the whisk broom, the dwell time is very short, and in case of the push broom, the dwell time is very high. Okay, so now lastly, what is starring sensor? Starring sensor or framing sensor? It is most advanced and it is used in case of the handheld hyperspectral sensors like spectrophotometer. So what are the actual characteristics of it? Like, it uses additional optics to detect the energy from the two-dimensional field of view, and that optics focuses on an individual wavelength bands using a tunable filter. What is tunable filter? Tunable filter means the filter can be tuned up, or the filter can be made compatible to each and every type of wavelengths. So it is called the tunable filter. So the tunable filter over here is the additional optics which can focuses on an individual wavelength band. In it, two-dimensional detector area array represents the instantaneous field of view in both of along and across track direction. And lastly, the tunable filter reduces the intensity of the light and reduces the signal to noise ratio. Means in case of the handheld instruments, we can get so clear and so complete spectral informations about the object. That why? Because in this case, the signal to noise ratio are so low. Why? Now, in case of this tunable filter, it reduces the intensity of the light. So, in overall cases, in case of the hyperspectral remote sensing sensors, the intensity of light can be reduced by the internal technicalities or mechanical technicalities of the sensor and the instruments, and that's why the signal to noise ratio can be so low over here. And this is the main cause of this completeness of spectral signatures or the informations. So now the question can arise that what is the actual characteristics of those sensors? The characteristics of those sensors can be very precisely explained in terms of the three parameters like spectral range, spectral bandwidth, and the signal to noise ratio. In case of the spectral range, the entire range of the EMR can be sensitized completely without any omission. Entire range of the spectral range of the EMR can be sensitized completely without any omission. In case of the spectral bandwidth, the bandwidth is the individual spectral channel in the sensor which is measured in nanometer scale, and the bandwidth are so narrower than multispectral in these hyperspectral sensors. And lastly, the signal to noise ratio is so low so that the image contrast is getting so high. And what we have said in case of the starring or the framing sensor. So these three are the basic characteristics, basic precise characteristics of those sensors. Like the spectral range means the sensor can be operated over the entire range of the EMR, and there is no such kind of the omission of the spectra. The spectra